Hi, welcome all my friends and family and member who watches my live video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. This is the Excelia Live Show with Robert Harley. I am Robert Harley. I am so grateful. I'm so thankful that you are here. Thank you. Um, Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for leaving comments on the videos. I really greatly appreciate it. Tonight we're going to get into a different topic than we were last night. Last night we had a good topic talking about being grateful. And if you do, those of you who missed that video, please go back and watch that video. It was an awesome video. Tonight I want to talk about success. I've been listening to Jim Ron earlier this evening, early just before I came on the line. I have Jim Ron playing in the background, and he's one of my favorite motivational speaker, author, and he kind of touched on something. He said something here, and this is going to be our topic tonight. He said, "Success is not in short supply. Success is not in short supply." Now, I that kind of resonate with me because it kind of goes hand in hand with something that I said last night when I said that God is a God of abundance. He's a God of abundance. He's a God of more than enough. He's a God of all sufficiency. He's a God of plenty. He's a God of extravagance. God. God, sometimes when we think of God, we think of a God who allow poverty to be on his children, to be poverty in this world, because we see so much poverty and lack in this world, and we think it's must be God or the will of God. And sometimes in some Christian religions and Christian churches preachers, believe it or not, in some churches, believe it or not, people preach against prosperity. They preach against, having a lot, and some people actually think it's the will of God for people to be poor because but poverty keeps you humble. It keeps you, keeping your eyes on God instead of your eyes on yourself and then on the worldly material things. But nothing could be further from the truth. I'm telling you, God is a God of abundance. He's a God of more than enough. He's a God of plenty. If you want to know what God is like, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to riches, and when it comes to him wanting his children to have a lot, look at the Old Testament saints, people like Abraham, and Isaac, Job. Job was known as the richest man in his time. Look at people like Solomon. Solomon was like the richest, the wisest man that ever lived, but he was one of the richest king that ever ruled over Israel, the nation of Israel, when he was king. Look at people like that. David was rich. There's so much good example in the Bible of people being rich and abundantly blessed in the Bible. And even Jesus himself too Jesus wasn't poor. Jesus was well off. Jesus had people given into his ministry, his earthly ministry. When he was here, he was rich enough where he needed a treasurer, someone to hold the bag, an accountant. Poor people don't have accountant or treasurer. When you're rich enough, that's when you needed a treasurer, an accountant. Jesus had one. So when all through the Bible, both in the New Testament and the Old Testament alike, you have many examples of God blessing his people, God wanting his people to be abundantly blessed beyond measure, beyond imagination. So this is one reason why when Jim Rohn said that success is not in a short supplies. because I know that everybody can be and should be and could be successful in their lives. So people, we can live the life beyond our wildest dreams and imagination. There's success available for everybody. You know, there's no such thing as only certain people can be or should be or could be successful. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Everybody can be successful. Everybody can achieve great success in their lives. There's no shortage or no no shortage and no and our success is not in short supplies. I'm I'm telling you, and that it's not certain people can make it to the top. So I heard someone said that before that you know it's better to go to the top of the success ladder, because there's lots of room at the top. It's at the bottom that's overcrowded. That's what the person said. You want to be at the top. You go to the top of the success ladder, be successful, because there's lots of room at the top. It's at the bottom that's overcrowded. you know and that is so true. It's at the bottom is overcrowded because a lot of people think that they don't have what it takes to be successful. They don't see themselves as being successful or even capable of being successful. And and I tell you, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a mindset that we all have to change, myself included. I'm actually in the process of changing my mindset where that is concerned. I know that I can be successful. I should be successful. And I could be successful, and I will be successful. I know it will happen in my life. I know one day I'll be able to live the life of my dream of time. I will have time freedom and financial freedom. I will have more money than I know what to do it. I have more money coming in than I'll do have going out. That's when you have gained financial freedom and financial independence, is when you have more money coming in than you do going out. And you know that's what a lot of people not there. A lot of people have more money going out than they have coming in, and that's where people find themselves in financial situation. Where they're experiencing debt and lack and insufficiency in their lives, because they have more money going out than they had coming in. They have more money at the end. They have more month at the end of the money than they have money at the end of the month. So we need to change it. But how we change it? We need to change it by changing our mindset. We have to change our mindset that we know that success is not in short supply. It is not in short supply. Anybody, including you and including me, can be, should be, could be, and will be successful, so long as we know what it is we want, and we know that we're determined to go after it and get it and achieve it. Success is available to everybody, to every man, woman, boy, and girl that walks the face of this earth right now, today, this very moment. Everybody that have breath in them, that their breath in them, they are capable of achieving great success, no matter who they are, who you are, no matter where you came from, no matter your background. No, none of that. The color of your skin, none of that matters. What matters is what's inside of you. What matters is how badly you want the thing that you want. How badly you're going to go after it. Success is not in short supply. It is plenty for all of us. Another mentality that a lot of people have to break through, the barrier that they need to break through, is that a lot of people think that if one person is successful and they have all this riches and blessed in the material things, that means if one person have all this thing, then somebody over here is going without. So that's why they don't want to be successful, because they don't want to be having all and then having someone over here going without. And that's how they see it. How they see it. It's either they see it. They see that one person have it all while somebody over here is going without. But what they fail to realize is that yes, this person over here can have it all, but the person over here can have it all also. There's enough for everybody included. Everybody can have it all, whatever that have it all is for them, whether it's time freedom, financial freedom, material, all the material things that they want, peace of mind, love, good relationship, whatever it is, we can have it all. Some people don't have to go without. Everybody can have it all. The one over here, the person over here who's achieving good success in their lives and they're living the life of their dreams, yes, that's good for them. But a person over here who's in lack and poverty and living from paycheck to paycheck, that person can have it all too. That person can be just as successful over here as the one over here. It's available for everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. It's available for everybody. One don't have to go without thinking that the other one will go have. You don't have to have that kind of mentality, that kind of mindset that if one person have a lot, then the other, there's not someone over here who's going to be going and not having anything. That's a mentality you have to break through. Another mentality that we have to break through is a mentality, I've touched on this one before. People have the either or mentality. You either be, you can't be successful and happy. You can't be successful and content. You can't be successful and, living a peaceful life and stuff like that. So people say, oh, I don't want, and I've shared this before, people say that, oh, I don't want to be happy. I don't want to be rich. I just want to be happy. Like it's an either or. Yeah, you can't be rich and happy. You have to be one or the other. That's again, it's a mentality. It's a mindset that you have to break through. It's a barrier that you have to break through. That you have to break free of that kind of mindset. It's not an either or. Success is not an either or. Success, you can have it all. You can be successful. You can be successful and happy. You can be successful and content. You can be successful and living in good health. You can be successful and have a good relationship, with your significant other, with your family. You can have it all. It's not an either or. You don't have to choose between one or the other. You can have it all. Success is not in great supply. With that mentality, with either or mentality, you have to remember this verse in the Bible says, the blessings of the Lord, it makes it rich. It makes one rich, and he adds no sorrow to it. I'll say that again. The blessings of the Lord makes one rich, and he, God, adds no sorrow to it. So when God blesses you, it will make you rich, and there's no sorrow attached to that. That means you'll be happy, you'll be content, you'll be joyful, you'll have a good relationship, everything. You can have it all. It's not either or. So that's another mentality you have to break through. Success is not in any great supply. Now, as I was listening to Jim Rohn, and he was talking, and he says there's one way to get everything you want. One way from the Bible perspective. I think it was Jesus said this. The one way you can be successful, you can have it all, you can have anything you want in life. There's one way to get it. There's one principle you have to find. And Jesus teach that. He said, ask. Jesus said, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door will be open unto you. For he who asks, it shall be given. He who knocks, the door will be open. And he who seeks, he shall find. So just ask. That's all. Ask. If you want to be rich and happy, ask for it. You don't have to say, oh God, let me be rich, but then you're not going to have to ask for the happiness. No, ask for both. Say, God, make me rich and happy, if that's what you want. It's not either or. All you have to do is ask. Ask and it shall be given to you. I'm going to write that down so you don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Is ask. Ask. Can you see it? Yeah, ask. All you have to do is ask. My pen is running out. I'm gonna have to get a new one. It's not writing as dark as it used to do, right? So you can barely see that. But ask. Ask, that's all you have to do is ask, and it will be given to you. That's how you get anything you want. That's the one biblical principle of acts of getting anything you want. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow about asking. Tomorrow we're going to talk. I'm going to make this a 2-part series, and tomorrow I'm going to dwell more upon asking and how to ask. But tonight I just want to dwell on success is not in any great supply. Please break free of those mentality that I just mentioned, the mentality, that thinking that there's not enough to go around for everybody. There's not enough to go around that everybody can be successful. That's a lie from the pit of hell. There is more than enough. There's more than enough for everybody. There's more than enough for everybody can enjoy everything they want. This has happened a few years ago, a long time ago. I heard this preacher said this. He said he has a team of people did a research, and this was many years ago now, but it's still relevant today. And I'm not sure if someone would do an updated research on this, that the number would be staggering. But this happened a few years ago, well over at least 20 years ago now. Anyways, I heard this preacher. He said that he had a research team. They did a research, and they took all the wealth of the world, all the money, all the material things like the houses, cars, clothes, shoes, you name it, all the material wealth of the world, everything you can think of, they took all that into consideration. The gold, the silver, the oil of the world, the land, the land, everything. They took everything into consideration, and they did a research, and they said that if you take all the wealth of the world, everything, money, oil, gold, silver, land, clothes, shoes, houses, cars, whatever, just all the wealth, jewelries, all the wealth of the world. If you take all the wealth of the world and you evenly distribute all the wealth of the world, evenly distribute to every man, woman, and child on the face of the earth. Now, again, this happened really a few years ago, like probably 20 plus years ago. They did this research. But I like to someone to do a more updated research, and same thing, but more updated, like in today's dollars and stuff. Anyways, so keep that in mind. This is something that happened well over 20 years ago. This guy did this research, but I always remember this research. So he said that they said if they took all the wealth of the world, all the wealth, everything, money, oil, gold, silver, land, houses, cars, clothes, shoes, jewelry, everything they can think of, if you take all the wealth of the world, computers, everything, cell phones, you name it, they included all of that into the world, into this research they did, and they evenly distribute everything, all the wealth of the world, evenly distributed to every man, woman, boy, and girl that's walking on the face of the earth right now, that there will be enough for everybody to have everything they ever want. Everything. There will be nobody will go in lack. Nobody will be in lack of anything they want, and they'll have lots left over. Plus, they'll have everybody could have at least $10,000. Everything they want, plus a surplus of $10,000 each, and they'll still have even more left over to give to future people that will be born. So he said. So the conclusion that they came up with is that there's not any lack in the world. There's not any shortage in this world. There's not any insufficiency in this world. The conclusion that they came up with this research was that the wealth of the world was unevenly distributed. It was unevenly distributed. It says that one group of people had more wealth that was controlling the wealth of the world. I'm not going to get into that, but the guy got into that a little bit. But one group of people was controlling the majority of the wealth of the world, and they came up with the conclusion that the wealth of the world was not evenly distributed, and that's why you see that there's lack in the world. But there's no lack. The planet Earth have enough supply here to supply everybody with everything they will ever need in all their lives. The problem is uneven distribution of the wealth of the world. It's unevenly distributed. So that's why we see lack in some areas of the world. But it's not because there's lack, it's because the wealth of the world is not evenly distributed. So there's no lack. This planet have more than enough to supply us all everything we need. The success is in big enough supply that we all can achieve great success in our lives. The reason why more people not experience more success in their lives is because they don't think that they have what it takes to be successful. They can't see themselves as being successful. That's one of the first mentality, is that people can't see themselves successful. They don't think that they have what it takes for them to be successful. The second one is that they think that if one person is successful, then one other person goes without. So you have to break that mentality that it's not there's not enough for everyone to be successful enough. There's not enough to go around for everyone to be successful. So if one person is successful, that means someone is going to go without. That's the second thing that they have, mindset that people have. The third mindset that people have is that they think it's an either or mentality. They have an either or. You either be rich or happy, but it can't be rich and happy. So you have to break that mentality, and the people have the scarcity mentality. They think that there's not enough to go. They have scarcity mentality, but you have to break through those mentality. There's enough wealth of this world that if it was evenly distributed, everybody will get everything they ever wanted and have more. They'll have more left over. The wealth of the world is not evenly distributed, and that's why we're seeing lack in certain areas of the world, in some parts of the world, and some people in the world experience it. But again, we're not living in a world where there's lack. This world has abundance. It has more than enough. God is a God of abundance. God is a God of more than enough. God is a God of all sufficiency. He's a God's of plenty. As I said last night, God's a God that have up in heaven, the streets are paved with gold. You call that extravagance. So anyways, oh my goodness. Anyways, let me just kind of cut it off here because I hope you guys get something out of this. Again, the success is not in any short supply. There's more than enough for us. We can all experience success in our lives. The thing is, you just need to know what it is you want, and you have to ask for it. Tomorrow we'll talk more about this. Talk more about how to ask and the ways to ask and the principles of asking. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So we'll make this a 2-part series. So I hope you guys will join me tomorrow to hear what we hear about asking. But until then, I hope you guys have a good night. God bless you. I love you. And please, before I go, I have to make this quick announcement again, just reminding you of everybody who's looking watching these videos in my local area, remind you please that to come out on March 14th. That's March 14th at the Surrey Central Library at from 1 to 3 p.m. 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, just for 2 hours. It's a free event. It's going to be the very first Excel Your Life seminar, my very first seminar that I'm going to be doing. I'm hoping to do either once a month or once every other month in different areas in the Lower Mainland. So this is going to be our first one so far, and please come out. I'm going to need your support. I'm going to need your love. I'm going to need your presence to be there, and just come out and support me. So if you live in the Lower Mainland area, I'm asking you please to come out on that day. If you have the time, to come out. If it happen to be a day off from work, or if you can get the time off from work, please come out and support me in that area. I also just want to keep you guys posted. I finished my book. I'm just looking for book publishing. I've been contacting different book publishing, trying to get someone to publish my book. And I have lots of things. I've talked to a couple of people already, and being the first time publishing a book, there's lots to think about, lots of decisions to make where that is concerned. It's not as simple as it sounds. There's lots of things you have to think about. So, I'm still working on that, but I'll keep you guys posted on how, when I do find a publisher, and how soon the book will be published. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. So I'm still excited about that, and I'm still looking forward to bringing my first book to the market. Anyways, for those of you who joined me in my live video, thanks for watching the live. Those of you watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. Thanks for taking the time to watch it. Again, good, lots of okay, so anyways, God bless you. I love you. Peace. Oh, hi, Michael. Hi, go deep. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining me, dude. God bless you.